Hi guys, welcome to our Friendly Pilates. We are going to be doing a lot of core work that has nothing to do with crunching, which is actually the core work that I like. I think most of you know that. And let's go ahead and get started. If you do have sensitive knees, definitely get either your thick mat or padding for your knees so that you can spend some time on them. And if you're pregnant, then I think you want a pillow or a rolled up towel by your side so that you can constantly adjust so you're feeling comfortable. Let's get started. We're gonna start just like I am right now, seated, or you can sit any other way. You can be on your knees, like so. You can be seated on a chair and then move on to your mat, so whatever works for you. And I just feel nice in this position. I feel upright, and it just works for me. So just as you are, take a few deep breaths. You can even close your eyes because I want you to go into the practice really as relaxed as possible. So we take a deep breath with a little bit of tension, and then we exhale to release it. Inhale and exhale, relaxing the tension, making sure that the release of the tension does not affect our posture. We're still lengthening our spine. So it's basically about moving the tension to the right areas, trying to relax the neck and the facial muscles and move it towards the core, the deep core muscles, ever so slightly. And then from here, we're just gonna relax the shoulders further, bring the shoulder blades together, and just turn the head over to the right. And just hold it here for a moment. And try to lower the right shoulder a little bit more and try to go a little deeper into the stretch. And then inhale as you return, and then exhale over to the other side, keeping the shoulders down and relaxed, keeping your navel pressed to your spine, and then exhale a little deeper. And return. So also the returns and also the releases should be very relaxed and very gentle, because those are usually the points where we kind of injure ourselves when we come out of the exercise. So every time we come out of the exercise, I want you to treat it with the same respect you treat the actual exercise. So from here, we're gonna bring our right hand above our head, and then very gently, we're gonna bring the right ear to the right shoulder, pull the left shoulder down. And then let's walk our hand to the base of the skull over to the left, and we're gently just leading our head to look at our right pocket, right? Our right hip joint. And then gentle on the release and switch. Very, very gentle. And placing the hands at the base of the skull on the right side, and then turn. And then gentle on the release. And then from here, flex your hands and go into the slightest side bend. Inhale, center, exhale over to the other side. And side to side. We're gonna go for just another 4 so we can loosen up our back. 3, I'm just reminding you that any position you chose is perfect for this exercise. 1, unless you're lying down, then less, but that's not what I asked you to do. And then we're gonna bring our hands to the base of the skull and then exhale back. And then from here, let's try to rotate deeper to look back and then exhale over to the other side, just opening up your chest. You don't have to go into your lower spine if it's too much. We're gonna go again, 1, and then last 2, and then from here, let's release. And let's head over onto all 4s on our forearms. So we're in a quadruped position on our forearms, placing our elbows directly under our shoulders. Pull your shoulders back and away from your ears and make sure that your tailbone isn't sticking up like so. You want to pull it in so that the lower fibers of your abdominals are actually really activated. Your shoulders are back, and just this position should feel like you're working. So you're pressing into the floor, activating your abs, closing the rib cage in. By that I mean it's not this, right? You're closing the rib cage in towards the back, and then from here, We're just gonna rock forward and then exhale back into that starting position. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for another 4. Did you hear my elbow crack there? 3. Press into the floor as you go back. 2. And then on this last one, you're gonna return to the starting position, super tight abs, bringing the left leg slightly to center, and then the right leg is pointed and straight back. Touch your toes to the floor, inhale. Exhale, come up without letting your back arch around. So that means you have to be super responsible about not moving your back and squeezing your butt. You should be squeezing your butt on every lift and every exhale. 4, pulling the shoulders back. 3, 2, try not to drop your head. Last one, and we continue except we're flexing. So super flex, same exact thing, nothing else moves except for the leg from the hip joint. We exhale up, 6 more, pull those shoulders back. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and hold it. If you need a break, take it, and if you can pulse that flex foot up, even better, without moving your back. Exhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Try to stay strong with your forearms and shoulders, but if it's getting to be too much, then take a 3-second break and come back. Sending the left leg back, point, and begin with a little tap, and then a big squeeze on the up. Exhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then flex the foot, same exact thing. Exhale up. 4 more, come out of the shoulder blades. Your arms should probably be getting a little tired. Shoulders. And then on the last one, hold it here. Tighten up your abs even further, especially as you might be getting tired, and then pulse it, pulse. Really kicking that heel up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the booty, and then return. If you need a break, take it, but if you can just stay with me for a few more moments, then please do. As you inhale, come forward, just like before. Exhale, return to the quadruped position. Inhale and exhale for 6, 5. You can lift the toes, by the way, that does not matter in this exercise. 4, 3, 2, and last one. And then from here, I'm gonna ask you to lie down on your left side. Good job. So the bottom arm is under your ear. The legs are stacked above you, pointed. Now, my pregnant ladies, if you're super pregnant and you feel like this position is actually kind of pulling your belly down, then 2 things. 1, it might be enough for you to just bend the leg. That's totally fine. But you might want to put either a skinny pillow or a rolled up mat under your belly. So do what works for you, and we're going to begin. Same thing, by the way, with your, if you need to prop your head up like so, that's fine, except there is an issue here. You might drop into your shoulder. So I don't want that. So it's either this, this, or this, of course. Okay. So if possible, legs are stacked, ears above the bicep. We bring the right arm up, and if it's too much, you can always do that. Or if you want something in the mid-range, it's this. And if possible, we're here, pointing the top leg, lifting it way up, and make sure that the toes are looking at the wall in front of you. So I'm doing this, I'm a slight rotation inward. And then from here, we're just gonna pulse. It's not really pulsing, but it's halfway down and up. And every time you come up, I want you to squeeze the booty. So we're gonna go for another 8, 7, 6. We're doing 10 total for pretty much every move here. 4, 3, 2, and on the last one, I want us to hold it right here, and then we're gonna turn inward with our hip joint, and the big toe is gonna touch the bottom big toe, and then kick it up.
Without rotating the leg, just keep it pointing down. We're gonna go for another 8, 7. Your abdominals should be tight and keeping you steady. 3 more, 2 more. And on this last one, please hold it up and return the foot so that the toes are looking at the wall in front of it. And then from here, we are going to flex strongly and point. Flex and exhale, point. Try to stay as steady as possible, using your abdominals, using your bottom leg and your bottom arm. 5. Pump into the calf if possible. If it doesn't make it spasm, really get deep in there. 2. Last time, and then we're gonna hold it flexed and rotate the leg up without dropping back. So make sure that you're still stacked, and then we inhale, heel to heel, exhale, kick it up. 9, this is the last one before we move on. 8, try to really touch heel to heel, which is a little hard because that bottom point of the range of motion is a little bit iffy. You've got to really work to press and keep form. 4, 3, keep the form. 2, and then we have 1 more, and then let's hold it up here. And if you want, you can bend your leg and just pull the knee in, and that's perfect. Or if possible, you're gonna just hold on with your toes on the big toe, or with your fingers on the big toe. And you might feel like your bottom leg started really working so that you don't fall forward or back. So you should feel like you're being active with your bottom leg and your abs in order for the hip joint on top to keep it right above the bottom hip joint. All right, so let's really try to keep this here for a moment. And if your leg is bent, that's fine. You're just getting a nice stretch. You might also feel that balance work. And then from here, if possible, lower the leg down and in front of you, and try to keep the knee straight if you are holding onto the toes. And if not, then I want you here. And once you bring the bent knee forward, you're gonna feel that your balance is actually kind of off, and you have to work for it, right? So this is easier. This is harder in terms of balance. This is harder in terms of balance. And then here, it might actually feel a little bit easier, okay? Depending on you, of course. Make sure that you're really working your bottom leg to stabilize. Don't touch the floor. You've got this for another 4. Pull your shoulders back. 3, 2, and gentle on the release. And then bend the leg and just kind of let yourself rock forward. Before we move on to the other side, we're gonna hold a short plank of 30 seconds, and you can do it on your knees. So this can be your plank, and I want you to tuck the tailbone in and tighten up the abs. Make sure that the shoulders are away from the ears, and if possible, you're gonna go into a full plank, making sure that nothing's dropping, nothing like that. Nothing's lifting in any exaggerated way, unless you do have some back issues, maybe because of the pregnancy, in which case I would really want you to make sure that you are lifting up into a little bit of a pyramid. Okay, so back issues, super pregnant, you might want to come up into that little bit of a pyramid. Let's hold it. Another 4 seconds. 2, last one, and now going onto your hands, you can put your knees on the floor, of course. Drive your way back into a pyramid and stretch it out. Really take your time here. Stretching it out. And then maybe even digging both heels in towards the floor if possible. And then from here, slightly bend the legs. And then exhale again, straighten. I do want you to stick your tailbone up here a little bit. And then bend, keeping the heels pressing down as you bend the knees. And then straighten. We're gonna do that one more time. Bend, keeping the heels pressed, and straighten. And then nice and gentle, release to flip over onto your right side. With an elongated arm under your head, remember you can use a skinny pillow, or you can use a rolled up towel, whatever works for you. Same thing with the top arm, whatever works for you. If you need the support, then use the support. If you need kind of like a midpoint, then it's this. And if possible, you're gonna lift the hand up so that your abs, bottom leg and bottom arm have to work harder in order to stabilize you. So we're gonna go way up and we're gonna make sure that the hip joint is above hip joint and the toes are looking forward. And then from here we go into half range. Exhaling up, squeezing the booty, making sure that everything is working in order to keep the balance. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bottom leg is super active. 1 more and then hold it. From here, let's rotate inwards with the hip joint, touch big toe to big toe and then kick it up without rotating the leg again. So you're constantly looking down at the floor with the big toe. Keep going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we're gonna hold it here and we're gonna flex, making sure the toes are looking forward and then point. Inhale, flex, exhale, point, really getting into your calf muscles here, making sure you're getting that blood pumped. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and I want you to stay flexed and rotate your hip joint so that the toes are looking up and we've got heel to heel, and then kick it up. Heel to heel, kick it up. Remember that bottom point of touching heel to heel can sometimes be a little bit challenging. Take your time with this exercise. Make sure you're stable because that's the key, okay? Don't waste an exercise. The most important thing here is form. Keep going for another 2, keeping that bottom leg so active. Last one, and then we're gonna hold it here. And remember, you can bend the bottom leg and that'll be your little imbalance stretch. Or your fingers grab the big toe and you have to kind of make sure that you're not dropping back. So I want you to really come forward a little bit and make sure the hip joint is above the hip joint. That means the bottom leg is going to immediately turn on. And then either a bent leg comes forward, okay, and then you're gonna really feel it there, or a straight leg comes forward and you're really working here to make sure that you are not touching the floor and maintaining your pelvic balance. And then nice and slow on the release, bending the leg and allowing yourself to kind of just drop forward here. And then from here, let's please go onto our back. So take your time as you roll onto your back with your hands by your side with the palms open. So my pregnant ladies, if you need the pillow under your head, absolutely go for it. And we're gonna begin with the palms looking up, pulling the shoulders down, and we're gonna root the feet into the floor. Now, when I say that, it means I took a moment, lifted my toes, opened them up, and then I rooted them down so I've got 3 points of pressure with my foot in the floor. So that's big toe, little toe, and heel. So from here, we're gonna inhale, and then exhale, close the rib cage and lift up into a bridge, making sure that your knees are super parallel to each other. And then from here, with the palms looking up, I want you to exhale and lift your hands up. Inhale, lower back down, making sure that nothing else is moving. So I'm keeping the rib cage activated. I'm tightening up the pelvic floor. My abs are working here, my booty squeezed, knees parallel. And then the movement happens with the arm. So I inhale, and then I exhale, press down. We're gonna go for another 4, 3, squeeze the booty, 2, and then we're gonna do 1 more, and we're gonna stay up, turning the palms forward and press. Inhale up, exhale, press it down. We're gonna go for another 6, squeeze the booty, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on this last one, we're gonna lower the hands down and again turn the palms up, open up the chest, and just release the booty and then squeeze. And on every squeeze, lift the pelvic floor even more. So notice it's not about going down and up, it's just release and squeeze. We're gonna go for another 6, 5, squeeze, 4, 3, 2, and on this last one, we have one more exercise for today. I want you to really squeeze the booty. Nothing else moves except for the knees tap each other and open, tap and open. Making sure you are squeezing booty, pelvic floor, abs are tight. Keep the palms facing the ceiling, and let's go for another 4, 3, 2, last one. Knees open up, we come down one vertebrae at a time, and we gently fall right into a gentle segmental rotation. A gentle segmental rotation. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my back, as you probably know. From here, we're gonna place the right leg on top of the left, making sure that the knee is nice and wide open. And then from here, nice and gentle as we hug the left thigh in towards the chest, and we just rock a little bit side to side. Gentle on the release as we switch. Pulling the leg in, a little bit side to side. And then from here, we're gonna gently go onto our side and then up into a seated position with our knees apart and our feet together. Grab a hold of your toes and lift your chest up, making sure that your knees are falling down towards the floor. Inhale, lift up further. Exhale, rotate the inner arm forward and then slightly bend the elbow. Pull the shoulders back. Inhale, come up, elbows out. Exhale, go deeper. Slowly come up and return to that comfortable seated position. You can return to the chair, you can return onto your knees, whatever you chose before. And then I want us to take 3 deep breaths here, opening up that chest. So let's really focus on the open and the squeeze of the shoulder blades back. So it's inhale, and then exhale to release. And then again, inhale, and then exhale to release. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale to release. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Well done.